We're gonna be doing how we had been doing before.
I don't know, but it was fun.
Slow me down.
And did you want to hear anything about the Resident Evil movie or no?
Um,
Because who else are you gonna watch it with, huh?
That's kind of true, but no, I don't want to. I don't, because I'm gonna watch it.
I know you're gonna watch it, but you're not gonna be able to watch it anytime soon. You're stuck for a while.
I wonder if I think maybe this Saturday I might have time. I don't know.
Are we gonna see it with what, Reina?
I don't know. What was the best thing about? What was the best aspect of it? Like the action, the story, the.
Knowing you, the thing that I would get most excited about, or that you're gonna get most excited about, is like the Ada Wong character, which I don't even remember. I don't even remember which Resident Evil movie or game that's from.
Knowing that a girl eats a Wong is already great to me.
She ate the Wong. But I don't know. It has to be one of the Resident Evil games where they just have like this crazy hot Asian chick, and probably in the game she's not. She's all blocky, and they just try to make her as sexual as possible by making it so she has like a slitted red skirt, and it's like showing off a leg the entire way on through.
Right.
I don't know. Do you played all the Resident Evil games, right?
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
So you remember that character?
Yeah.
Which one's that from?
I think I saw. I mean, her most recent one was in, I think, Resident Evil 4. They had some campaign stuff where she came back. I can't remember her first appearance.
Yeah, well, I think Resident Evil 6 just came out or some shit like that. I think they try to coincide the release dates to get you excited about it, even though the games and the movie have like nothing in common at all.
I gotta have some stone. Do you have some stone I can borrow to seal this off?
I have some cobblestone. Here, have that.
Perfect. Well, do you have more than 10?
Dude, I got nothing.
No worries.
We're littered with it all around us.
Yeah, no worries.
Oh, let's see if anything's above you.
Oh God.
Let's see if anything drops down on top of you and destroys you.
You're gonna be like, oh no, Leo move.
But but she's incredibly hot. She's incredibly hot.
That's exciting. Okay, yeah.
She's what I enjoyed the most about that. I was like, damn, that girl's fucking hot. Like Mila Jovovich is very good looking, but that girl's just retardedly hot. But so you have that situation. They brought back a lot of the huge kind of like boss characters, and they have some fights like that. But I mean,
nice.
You remember when was the last time you actually saw the other Resident Evil movies?
I watched all of them so far. Extinction.
Here, come back. Hey, take that cobblestone.
Come out so I can close this off.
All right. But I mean, they have that situation where they take away all of her powers, right? So she's not as much of a badass as she once was, but she can still pretty much destroy the shit out of anything that comes her way and completely just obliterate everything that's like in her way path, right? So they have that like the entire thing where every character is pretty much a verifiable, absolute, disgustingly awesome badass that they just have that over and over and over again, that they have those types of situations. So the hell? Oh, it's because I'm laying those down, I guess.
I'm scooping up the lava, so I have a bunch of
like, what's going on with this? Okay.
I have a bunch of lava buckets now, just in case we decide to do something awesome.
Which is usually what happens when it comes to lava buckets.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so they have that, and they have a couple boss characters. They kind of bring back every single character that was of merit or value throughout the entire series. Like every named actor, they brought back via cloning.
Oh, really? That's funny.
So, yeah, you sort of have that going on. And I think that the Rebecca or Michelle Rodriguez character has maybe about 4 different versions of her own character just because of all the cloning that happened.
Oh, really?
So they have like weird shit like that. And you know what it is? It's like they'll have situations where the characters are able to go and fight up against like disgustingly crazy odds, and they're able to go and survive, but things that are glaringly obvious of how they're going to resolve the situation, that doesn't actually get resolved until like the very last second of the entire movie. So you run into like a
Wow.
bunch of little stupid shit like that. You're like, really? So you're just sitting there the entire time. Like you were just went and you dealt with that situation. That the entire last movie was about that. You knew how to freaking solve that situation, and this time you don't have, you don't deal anything with it until the very last like 3 minutes of the entire movie. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, really? How can you be so retarded and at the same time so badass and do all these crazy things just because I don't know? There's just glaring plot holes all over the damn place.
Yeah, I think the last move, maybe the last or second to last movie, I had that same issue with she was fighting the super awesome guy on the roof, and I knew she was gonna use the rocket launcher, and she had it, and then she doesn't use, and then like she figures out that she should kind of use it.
She's like, you know what? Nothing else is working. Maybe I should use the rocket launcher, which I've been holding on to for about the past, 10 minutes of the movie. And you're like, why don't you just use that rocket launcher? Hey,
Yeah.
you know how like they even said like the only thing that might hurt him is the rocket launcher, and for whatever reason you're trying to fight him with anything but the thing that might hurt him.
Yeah,
Like,
that's almost exactly.
you're like, what is going on? Why are you being so thick-headed and dumb about all this shit? And so there's a couple of that, but I think that sort of series is kind of known for doing that type of shit all over the place. Come on, Leo,
I'm
throw that shit on
I'm
down.
I'm trying to act like I can see the bottom, and sometimes it hurls stone towards the base of it. So
Yes,
when it
hurl.
moves my hand, but I'm not seeing what I'm hurling it at.
Oops.
What's happening?
I
If
was
you hit me
digging.
into that lava, I'm going to be very upset.
I was trying to dig out the area around you so you could actually get into it, as in get closer to it. As you seem to be running into problems and situations and issues. Come on.
This one's pretty deep. Let's see. Yeah, this is really deep. There we go.
What was that, 4? So much lava to be had. You're like a lava master.
Trying to shut it out so that when it breaks again.
And the
After
Poltergeist
busted
movie
out.
kind of sucked. Whatever the hell it was. Not Poltergeist, but whatever the hell.
Oh, you didn't like
Possession?
Possession. You didn't like it?
Nah, that was kind of dumb.
That was kind of cool.
I think it wasn't nearly as good as it could have been. I think that they went and they sort of messed that up. The ability to make it as interesting or as crazy or more possession stuff. Like, okay, so there's, what was it like? How are the different ways that she was possessed? There was a tooth, and the only thing that was actually ever cool or kind of disturbing is when she looks into her mouth and she's able to go and see the fingers trying to like claw its way out of her body. I thought that
Oh
was
yeah,
kind of
that was cool.
interesting. That was kind of unique and different than what I've seen before. But was it like the bugs? You're like, whatever bugs. And
That's true.
I mean, there wasn't anything giant or crazy or different, and most of it wasn't really all that scary. You're just kind of like you're essentially just sitting around and waiting for it to get into the next, somewhat scary section, and then it does, and it's anticlimactic. You're like, whatever. I would have preferred another Exorcist movie or Drag Me to
Yeah.
Hell type of movie.
Oh, Drag Me to Hell was, yeah, that was right up my alley.
So I was hoping it would be more like that, but sadly, it was disappointing. I thought it was kind of interesting that they went a different route rather than doing the whole, Christian thing, and they did it with the whole Jewish persuasion and Jewish religion and things of that nature, and like kind of like the myths behind that. I think that they could have done a little bit more. What if they just had like some crazy old women all over the time, they just like talk about like gefilte fish and crazy shit like that, and making like delicious matzo ball soup and crazy shit like that. just going a couple different routes along with that. I think that might have been more fun. I don't know. I like the idea that the fact that they went and did something different, but I don't
Right.
think it was as good as it could have been. As well
Ye-
as
Yeah, I
what?
agree. I mean, it could have been better, and they could have done different things, but I've seen so many scary movies that I enjoyed the aspects that they did have, and they showed the creepy baby like crawling